I see several more friends have cruised in. Nice to have you on board. I also just let our good YouTuber friends in. So, good night to gather by the fire. Relax, wiggle your legs out. Hope you're warm, safe, secure, and comfortable. Time for some yin, time for some joint juice, and time to let go of cares and worries. That's a practice. Welcome if you're live streaming in on YouTube or watching a recording. Please like and subscribe. We're starting a phenomenon of yoga for everybody that's spreading all around the globe, one person at a time. And the more people that do yoga and practice peace, the better off we'll be, individually, collectively. Maybe swallow once, maybe circle your jaw around. No particular rush. I see Polywog. It's good to have the Polywog in class. Yes, indeed. So we have people from 3 years old to, uh, golly, almost 90. And we have people from the United States. We have people from all over the whole world settling in. Nice deep breath. Good. Let your bones sink into the floor. Imagine a bag of clams dropped on the floor. They would just go splot. Let your flesh relax around your muscle relax around your bone. Let your bones relax into the earth. Good. Have you taken a conscious breath today? Have you paid attention to a breath going in and a breath going out? It's okay if you haven't. It happens automatically, but it can also happen consciously, and it changes us when we breathe consciously. Even one or two deep cleansing breaths can make a difference. And we're 6 minutes in, so we can probably direct the breathing down to the belly button now. Let go of the day you've had so far, the week, the month, the millennium. Let it go. Whatever's good will remain. Good. And since we're breathing down in our belly now, let's feel our feels. It's an important part of my spiritual practice. And I think it really helps humans to pause and actually feel what they're feeling a couple times a day. And it certainly connects to the breath. 2 more minutes. I like this part. I like the part at the start. Welcome if you're just getting in. I see in the analytics more friends jumping into class. If you're brand new, it's yoga for everybody. You don't have to be a contortionist or a circus performer. You can be. They're welcome too. Okay, good. We felt our feels. So now take the biggest, deepest breath you can. Inhale, fill up your whole container. Exhale, release it all out. Be calm and empty. A sponge that's been squeezed out. Good. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Circulate fresh, new life force. It's always new, always fresh, always good. Good. Arms up to the ceiling. Lace up your hands. Stretch your arms up over your head on the floor or seated. Doesn't matter as long as you're stretching. And feel around for that first thing in the morning stretchy feeling. That's nature's way of tricking us into stretching once a day, is it makes it feel really good. Have you ever noticed nature makes what's really important to survival feel really good? Eating, stretching. I could name a couple other things, but this is a family-oriented channel. Good. Now draw your knees in for rolling around on your back with your knees in. Have a shell of a good time, turtles rolling around. Good. And then other way, because in this class, we go both ways. Good. And then apply hands to your bottom and roll up with alacrity, please. How you doing? It's good to see you. Look who's up there snoozing. It's winter time. Boy, a lot of extra hibernating of the animals. Have you noticed? There's just a tiny little bit of time to be outdoors and chase birds and bite the postman today. That was something new. Anyway, great to see you. My name is Greg. Your name is your name. Doesn't really matter. It's really more principles over personalities. And this is 1 hour of yin yoga and joint juice, meditation, prayer, and chanting, general overall practice of well-being. Let's consider dropping our chin down and closing our eyes for a moment. And if you've never done ujjayi breathing before, it's just making a little throaty, whispery sound at the back of your throat. It's very calming. It's good for you. And just feel the presence of two or more gathered. Stop thinking. Just stop it. You actually can slow your thinking down. People say you can't. They're wrong. Okay, now we're going to bring the hands into the heart. If you're religious, You can call it that. If you're spiritual, it's called Anjali Mudra. If you're physically oriented, it feels good to have your mitts together. But aim your heart where you want to go. Should other people aim you, or should you aim your soul and your heart? A lot of things to aim at in this universe. Choose wisely. Good. Now, we're going to chant an Om. If you're brand new and you're like embarrassed, don't worry, you're muted. And if you're watching recorded, just let her rip, man. But this is called Bother the Neighbors. Big inhale. Oh, what a day we've had. Drop your chin, take your head around 8 times. 1, 2, relax your shoulders. 3. Tonight we're going to do all the things. 5, 6, 7, 8. Other way. Now, when I say all the things, I also mean in an appropriate portion. We're not going to overdo it. We're going to visit everything so we get the overall synchronistic, synergistic benefit. 7, 8. Good job. Now, weird if you haven't done it, kind of weird if you have. Lace your hands, thumbs up. And today I shaved my neck, not my face, so my sternocleidomastoids on the side of my neck are smooth as a baby's bottom. And frankly, I've never touched a baby's bottom, nor do I want to, but I can imagine that my neck is very similar to that. 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, take your opposable thumbs that dolphins are so jealous of, put them underneath the corner of your jaw, smear your face down into your hands, massage underneath the corner of your jaw. Kind of smush around like you're an ancient explorer, a Columbus, a Magellan, an Amerigo Vespucci, one of those evil colonists. Dig in. Find some land that doesn't belong to you and plant a flag. Dig in. You might say something like, oh. Good, now hold steady pressure. Pop your head off. Really, you could do that? Pretty soon. Oh, goodness. Now, here's something I've been waiting for since my last big migraine headache. Right finger's back left corner, and I'm going to stretch this big steel belted radial that goes from the left side of my neck all the way down to my left heel, apparently. And I'm going to wait for it, and no one's going to rush me. No one's going to bother me. I'm going to drop my chin. If I drool, too bad. And I'm just going to wait for that tension to, first I'm going to find it, then I'm going to sink into it, and then I'm going to let it dissipate. Man, what a rich, full day I had today. I like seeing how much I can pack into the stream of life, and all my friends do too. So I hope you've done a lot of cool, neat projects. The cool thing about yoga is you do just enough so you can get out there and live it up. Okay, we'll click our head back up. Left finger is back right corner. My head actually has a corner on it. Tilt left. Now, if you're brand new watching this, you're going to have to build a very important quality. It's called patience. If you come to Monday, it's jumping all over, everything's fast, you're moving. This is the cultivation of patience. If you're not patient, you'll soon be a patient. Drop your chin, relax your shoulders. It's pretty obvious that a calm, peaceful demeanor leads to a general state of health and well-being. That's rather obvious. If it's not, it is. Wait for it. Good. All right. And then that's done. Now, I'm going to put my hands on my knees. Now, this shoulder, we're going to head down toward the right knee. We're going to sweep around. Here comes my right shoulder over to my left knee. I think you get it. The circle starts small, and after a while, you get this kind of tarantula thing. As you come down, your elbows get high, and you swoop around. And after a while, it's kind of like one of those big blue lizards in Avatar. Everybody's doing it in sequence. Everybody's blue. Everybody has a big tail. I want to be that species next time. Take it around. There's jellyfish flying around. Oh my God. 6. How can you do this and not be happy? I just don't get it. 8. Now, we're thinking about this right shoulder going left knee. And you come down and you take it around. Now, when you come down, you try to keep your booty buns on the floor. You're going to come forward a little bit, but you want to anchor your hiney. 5. What a good movement this is. This gives you that thin wasp-like waist that, well, maybe for me. 7. And 8. Oh, that's good. Okay, what shall we do now? How about, I've done a good deal of sitting today, I have to admit. Going to lean back on my paws, and instead of sinking my rear, I'm going to have an elevation sensation. I don't think there's any movement that I teach that's some sort of foreign, alien, or awkward movement. It's all human movement, that everyone is on a spectrum. If you're wildly flexible, lift up wildly. If you're wildly stiff and sore, lift up a little. Now squeeze your buttocks. I have a job where I can say squeeze your buttocks, and it's par for the course. Good, now relax your buttocks and come on down. All right. Now let's switch the cross of our pins the weird way, because you were doing it the regular way, weren't you? Admit it. Now, you can use flat hands if you want, but if you can make fists and keep the back of your wrist flat, use fists instead, just to stretch something different. Bottoms up, kids. Poof. Well, I just got more flexible from side A. Now my buns are literally on the ceiling. My bottom is my top. My top is my bottom. Grind a little more. Stretch the chest up too. Why not? Look behind you at your cat. And come on down. Oh, that's good. That is so good for you. Doesn't it have to be harder than that? No, life is simple. We're complicated people that make life far too difficult. Turn your palms up, touch your elbows together, bend your elbows. Now lean forward into your hands, mild, medium, or circus performer. If your wrists don't come all the way down, that's why we're doing it. Probably they don't. You're probably stiff in there. Drop your chin, close your eyes. And now go steady with yourself. Be steady. Steady is a good quality, isn't it? To be steady, stable, consistent, dependable, reliable, steady. What's the opposite of steady? Flighty, irritable, restless, scattered. Better to be steady, obviously. This gives me a good chance to examine my forearms with fresh, brand new scratch marks, just all bloody and congealed. It's like, I love having a male cat. Good. Now, come up, my friends. Okay, and then just sit country style for a sec. And then seated Sheryl Crows side to side, way over here. Now, when you look at him sleeping up there in his bin, you'd think he would never scratch. He looks so purry and soft and friendly and yeah, right. Okay, now up our back for 3 poofs behind your neck. Poof. The longer I'm alive, the more ideas, the more projects, the more things that I want to do. I've got like 5 new ideas. I'm just like bursting with ideas, and it's like I just have got to do my yoga 3, 4 times a week. Now up your back to your bra strap. Pack them in. We're packing them in. Chickens, elbows inside your knees, feet together. And then where are you with the elbows squeezing together? Drop your chin, be egg. Do egg. Of course, there not only is this wrist, but of course it's inner knee, pressure points, armpits. Everything I teach is multitasking, synergistic. There are benefits that go on at levels that we won't even realize for 300-400 years. Really, I'm going to be alive in 300 years? Why wouldn't you be? You're alive now. Eleanor Roosevelt said, it would actually be stranger to live once than to live twice. And she was a pretty cool chick, Eleanor. Read a book about her someday. She's, oh, she was wild. Okay, feet together. Roly-poly guacamoles. Today I went to a new wellness center opened up by some friends in Lafayette, and they have cooking school and cooking classes, and they want me to teach yoga and meditation and stuff. And man, they made me lunch, other way with your hands, and I ate so much. It was so good. Plus, it was perfectly healthy, and if you eat that kind of food, you can have as much as you want and you don't gain weight. It's magic food. Good, now shake poop off of your hands. Grilled vegetables. Oh my God. Hi, how you doing? Of course, they have something that I don't. They have a stove and an oven. I have neither a stove or an oven. Isn't that weird? What am I, some sort of caveman? Faster, faster. And yet, I have sufficient body mass. Cup your hands at your heart, drop your chin, close your eyes. Now say something similar to, I am a calm and peaceful soul. That echoes in your soul almost all the time now. See how much better you're getting at slowing down your mind just from intention? I can intentionally choose to slow my thinking down and really enjoy that. Good, now massage middle, center, bottom of your cute little pink feet. How are your feet doing? Now, maybe you've been on these feet for a few decades now, and think what loyal, incredible extensions of your body they are. I remember when I got into yoga in earnest, I think I was about 44. I'd been very physically active, but I hadn't really formally done yoga. My feet were a disaster. My teacher used to make fun of my feet in front of a bunch of people, which was kind of cruel, but that's back when that's how they taught. But my feet have really changed. Okay, now push your thumbs into the center of your feet. Now, fully optional is to fold forward and smell your feet. You don't have to, you can kind of stay up, but I'm going to lean forward and do yin yoga, stretch my groinage, relax my hair. Now I'm going to engage my adductor muscles. Those are those long muscles on the inner inseam of your thighs that actually, when engaged, Widen your knees out. Relax around your neck, back, and shoulders. I had a big old hairy migraine visual episode today, and I don't even care anymore. Just you're not going to stop me, I say as I'm driving on the freeway looking at psychedelic lights going off. It's just, if you don't like the way I drive to my migraine, get the hell off the sidewalk. That's what I say. Good. Come on up, my friends. Good job. All right. Now, show me your hands and feet. Plant your hands, plant your feet. Lift up. Oh, I like the cutest cat. Lift up. I see one paw hanging over. Lift up a little higher. Good. Come on down. Now, left leg out. I guess rub your eyes. Feel free if you want. Now, right ankle over your left knee. This one folds under. Now, you know what we haven't done for at least 3-4 weeks? We haven't cracked our toes. 1, 2, 3. 1. I got one. My big toe would never crack. Good. Now just play with your toes a little bit. Just kind of open them up, air them out. Sometimes in the wintertime, the gunk kind of builds up in there. Lint, soot, dirt. Okay, you know what's coming. You know what's coming. Slide them big sausage fingers into them slight little gaps there. Get them all the way in. If you don't like it, that means you really need to do it. This should be easy, but it's not. So left fingers all the way in. Grab your shin and crank a doodle delic on this side. The best of self-care. Todd, your nativity scene is positively Hallmark-esque. 6, 7, 8. Other way. 2. This is a good way to connect various energy points in your body. I mean, fingers and toes, come on. 7, 8. Now, you remember this one. We super squeeze our right toes into our left fingers, but not some people, a karate person could easily snap those little bones. So don't do that. Splay your left toes open really wide. The sound of one hand praying at your heart. Drop your chin. And I want you to feel your consciousness in the center of squeezing on one side and splaying on the other. This is being in the middle of the yin and yang. Part of life is always squeezing, grasping. Part of life is always letting go, releasing. And there's something in the middle that's watching. We're always reaching for something. We're always letting go of something, right? Beautiful. Excellent, you guys. Now we'll pull that hand out. Now, simple little get going twist. How about left hand, right knee, right arm behind you? A good tall twist with a big stable base. Are you saying my base is big, Greg? No. Breathe. No rush tonight. We're not trying to get to the next better pose. It's so weird. Good. Inhale here. Come on out, my friends. Arms up here. Make a tinfoil conspiracy theory cap up here. Inhale for an Om. Drop your chin, be a perfectly calm and peaceful soul for 12 seconds. Peace is a practice. Good. And we shall extend our right leg out. Speaking of practice, I had a friend I hadn't seen for a long time. I learned he was a brilliant bass guitar player. Been playing since he was a kid. Left ankle over your right knee, fold your right shin under. So he came over and I said, "Hey, I'm learning to play the bass." So he came over and he worked on my bass and he handed it to me and he goes, "Play something." And he was kind of looking at me like he was trying to be nice, I think. Oh well, screw him. Crack your toes. 1, 2. He thought my timing was suspect. He goes, "Do you have a metronome?" He said it with a smile. Okay, now grab your toes, crank them open. Apparently, timing is important in music. I just didn't really know that. I thought you could kind of go at your own pace. Now, get any gunk out. Some stuff builds up in there. Do you remember when your kids were little, their feet would be horrible and you'd have to clean the gunk off? Remember that? I didn't. My parents never did that, so teachers would send me home for being filthy. That was good for my self esteem. Good. Now, feed your right fingers into your left toes. I'm very clean now, though. Now, super squeeze your left toes into your right fingers. Good, strong squeeze. I mean, seriously. Splay open your right toes. The sound of one hand praying at your heart. Drop your chin and be a serene, calm, blissful being. But do squeeze and splay. Please feel the center of the merry-go-round going on inside of you. The outside world's always busy. Beautiful. Okay, extract your stuck hand. Uh. Okay, what do you think about another twist? How about right hand, left knee? Simple, happy twist to your left. 90% of Wednesday yoga is the time, the patience, the simplicity. 8% is the form, and 5% is the math. Look around behind you. Use big muscles. Mostly stop thinking. Inhale here. Exhale here as well. Good. Grab your elbows. Cross them the odd way. Brings them up. Boop, 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 boop. Side to side. What else did I do today? I went to DVC and I signed up for some new classes. Side to side, wash my clothes. Were you busy today? I don't have a choice not to be busy, you might think. Side to side. Good. Switch the cross. Aren't you glad you do yoga so you're frisky and fast? I spend about 50% of my day running from my cat or dodging him when he jumps from the ceiling onto my neck. Good. Now bring your hands down. Keep your feet from flying to the ceiling and just gently lean forward into your existence. I don't care where you go in relation to other people. I care where you go in relation to yourself. Shoulders are relaxed. So much stuff going on below the surface, underneath, we can't even see, and we just make a connection to that far deeper part of our mind. We know we have it, but oftentimes we live disconnected from it. So much wisdom, so much intuition, inspiration, guidance, but you just got to contact it. Okay. Okay, I'm going to employ just a little bit of discipline because it's like right up there with my least favorite pose. But I know that Helga's in class, and so we're going to extend our right leg out. And if you don't stretch your hamsters every now and then, you have hypertonic hamsters, which is not good. So my left heel is pulling into my crotch. I'm pulled back on my right bun a little bit, get my right toes pointed straight up and down. And this is a pose where I've just given up comparing myself to other people, but I will lean forward till I feel the hot screaming agony pouring down the bottom of my right leg. Then I relax and I breathe into it, and I try to send peace ambassadors down to my leg. Now, some people do like this. They actually like forward folding. It's a source of pleasure and calm. It's very strange people. Some people grab their foot. Some people grab their wrist beyond their foot. But it's not competitive. It's not competitive yoga. Now, in about 30 seconds, we're going to have about a minute to go. That's a really weird way of saying it. What I'm saying is, we're going to be in it for a little while. So moderate accordingly, deepen necessarily, relax your shoulders absolutely. See if you can develop a penchant, a positive, how shall we say, appreciation in this. If you can like this, you can like anything. After a while, it becomes an acquired taste like Brussels sprouts. Now try this. Inhale, bend the right knee 2-3 inches, get soft, squishy. Inhale. Exhale, and we're going to Baya Kumbhaka one. We're going to dig in, and 1, 2, 3. Actually, flex your right toes in a little bit. Good, Kristen. Kristen can actually move her toes in this pose. I can't. Now ask yourself, how much longer do I want to do this? And I know the answer is like negative minute or so. So exhale all the air out and come on up. Yeah, I know what you're thinking because yogis can read people's minds, and I'm not going to go into that part of your brain, but I am going to. You're probably thinking, well, we're done with this, right? But no, there's a really cool, horrible kind of twist side stretch. And so Greg's going to put a block inside of his knee and just put his right elbow down here. Then we're going to take our left arm way up here. Now, if you're a really tight, stiff, boiled owl person, your arm is stuck here. Too bad for you, but keep coming to my class. But reach up, touch the cat. Now, here's a good pose for humans. Left hand behind your head, and just lean down and listen to your right kneecap with your right ear. Now, if you're just insanely bendy, left arm goes behind your head, grabs your right foot, you lay your back on your right thigh, you turn your chest up to the ceiling, you grab your right foot with both hands. I'm just kidding. Just do this. Every pose is a prayer. Sometimes you're praying for mercy. Turn that left armpit up a little. Do you see how there's an edge here? You probably can't grab your right foot with your left hand from behind your head. But if so, there's room to grow here. Exhale all the air out. Inhale, come on up out of that. And we probably won't do that for a couple more weeks. Yay. All I want for Christmas is to not do that pose. Okay, left leg out. Right heel into your groin. Now, maybe you're watching from Poland or one of my new people watching from Algeria, and you're insanely flexible and you love the opportunity to fold deeply all the way down. Or maybe you're a very tight person from Scandinavia or something and you need some blocks. So you lean down. Now, one of the ways that I encourage people in yoga is they can look at the teacher and they could say, I'm more flexible than that guy is. Maybe I should teach yoga. Now your head kind of comes out of your shell like a turtle. The turtle shell goes down your back, left toes pull in, no bouncing. This is not a bouncing thing. Now my excuse for not coming down further is I'm just fantastically muscular and bronzed and godlike. And so there's a lot of muscles in the way. So I've got to take my time. Maybe you have some tension and anxiety and that's accumulated in your body and it's not going to go away overnight. It's going to take probably 2 weeks to get all that accumulated tension and anxiety, PTSD. And I'm not being flip about this either. Our bodies are sponges. They hold on to feelings, and by doing yoga calmly, patiently, peacefully, we do the possible so that our bodies can release. Good. Now we're going to do that breath work thing. We're going to bend the left knee about 2-3 inches. That makes it kind of soft and squishy. It gets our spine longer. This is the inhale part, Antara Kumbhaka. We exhale to Baya Kumbhaka, which is all the air out. You hold it out and you go deeper. 1, 2, 3. Then you stay here and you just explore the exquisite agony of it. Next inhale will come up, and maybe I'll forget that really mean twist, but we're going to do it because it's a good one. So if your left elbow came all the way down to the blah, 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 you could do that. Otherwise, you put a block here. It's nice, very good support. I like to support my back at this phase of my life. Then if you want to reach the moon, you got to reach for the stars first. Reach way up, right hand behind your head. Turn your chest up and to the left a little. Grind your buns into the floor. Lean over. Now, yeah, my left hand will reach and grab my big toe. Will my right hand grab my left foot? That's the question. I used to be able to do that. Just hand all the way back there, come all the way down. My teacher would come by, smash me all the rest of the way. I paid him to do that. It was kind of traumatic, but it had its effect. But now I like yin yoga. I like getting to the edge, parking, breathing, praying, calming. Plus, I know Helga likes this pose. Now, what's kind of tragic, but it may change, especially if the older people change, but young people couldn't do this because they wouldn't be able to look at TikTok. They wouldn't be able to watch a brand new video every 30 seconds. But we, being adult, mature from the previous generation, were able to kind of occupy a position and maintain a certain decorum, peace, calm, stability. Next inhale, come up. Wowie, zowie. That's what I say. Okay. Now, let's do an assisted yin restorative pose. It's kind of a combo hybrid. But the cool thing about this one is that could be shaped like this. This could be shaped like that. That could be shaped like that. That could be shaped like that. Because this is your own personal Stonehenge. But for the start, first I recommend foam blocks, and I recommend that's the smaller one and that's the bigger one. That could change. And then you put this one right about where you don't want it, right in the center of your, uh, oh, okay. And I missed with my head. Now in about 30 seconds, I'm going to bring my head all the way down, but not without warming up first. Now I'm going to cross my legs. I'm just going to let my legs relax open. I mostly want a Golden Gate bridge, my heart. I want to open my heart. I want to relax. Now, if you're very flexible, you can take your arms way up and over, and it really increases the stretch. If you move your head block down one size, I could theoretically move my head block. That's really pushed it right there. Then cross my wrists and take my arms over. That's a little strong for me tonight. Find what's right for you. Close your eyes. Let's see if we have the discipline to do this for 1 minute, okay? Make me proud. You got to melt over the blocks the way a cat would. Cats would not be unhappy. They would just melt right over the top. I've seen my cat fall asleep in the most unlikely shapes and places and predicaments because apparently he has no tension in his body. No, we just heard his cat food feeder go off. Yep, that woke him up. Oh. Now just do something different with your legs. Stay, upper body, stay. Extend your legs out. Maybe cross your feet like a movie star on their raft, on their Bel Air pool. Okay, now it's starting to get me. My arms are starting to go numb. I can hear my sternum cracking. I can hear my gut squeaking. It's pretty good. Okay, now I'm going through the 5 stages of dying. There's denial, there's negotiation, there's anger, there's no acceptance yet. Just 30 more seconds. You can do it. Slow your breathing down. Be impaled. Good. Now, take your arms up to the ceiling as if you're signaling touchdown. Cross your arms across your chest and maybe grab your shoulders. And oftentimes chiropractors will do this to crack your thoracic spine. So you just saved $45. Good. Now, arms up. Switch the cross of your arms. Grab your shoulders. Really isolates the most dense part of our spine. Biggest inhale you got. Biggest outhale. Good. Now, fingertips on the back of your head. I'm just going to lift up my head, watching Johnny Carson in bed. Now I extend my arms forward. As I come up, I'm really digging into my heart spine back there. Then I gather up my strength and I just sit up. Good time to take roll. We lost one person. It's not bad for that pose. Oftentimes you'll lose more. Now, let me see who that was just so I see who's been naughty and nice. Now, you know what we deserve after that? Before class, or at the start of class, I saw Anne when she was supposed to be relaxing. Was that Anne that left? Okay, well, she already did this anyway, so I got this idea from her. So what we're going to do, we're going to do Setu Bandhu Sarvangasana. It's the perfect relaxation after that somewhat challenging situation. And by that, I mean, now we're flat on our back. There's no big old blocks underneath us. But now there is, as we lift booty buns. Now, these big blocks that I have, if I take this monster block and just turn it up one size, and it's from my belt line down, it's very stable. Knees come in, and I love this pose. I like the lift of my hips are lifted like 5 inches. I get the nice spinal stretch. Now my heart spine gets to relax. And I don't turn my head. The back of my neck gets long and relaxed. And this is another patience building pose because just sitting here with our legs up, if only there was TikTok on the ceiling. Close your eyes. Smooth out your breath. Every psycho-emotional state that we ever experience correlates to our breath. That's verified science nowadays. In other words, calm breathing equals calm people. Happy people breathe happy, etc., etc. You get the idea. Good. Now we're going to pay some dues, legs out to the side. And having the hips lifted with your legs out gives you extra groin ripping fun. Keep that nice arch of your spine, okay? Don't let your lower back collapse. Keep a good, firm arch of your lower back, natural lumbar curve. Now, for a 50-year-old guy in this pose with my butt lifted 5 inches and my legs out to the side compared to most other 50-year-old guys, I win by a landslide. There's a couple people that can go further, but yoga's not competitive unless you can win. Then it's very competitive. Good. Now squeeze your ruined legs back together. Now here's a pose. I'm really liking this one. The lower back stays on the block, but you let your legs descend over your body straight. Do not let your booty buns lift. Keep your buns on the block. Maybe you're just about as flexible as me, and you might look at me and say, That's okay. But now if you were wildly flexible, your hips could stay on the block and your toes would come to the floor, and that would mean not that much really. Should we be judged by how flexible we are? This is a great pose. I'm glad I remembered this one. Supta Paschimottanasana, or Urdhva Paschimottanasana. Good, and then one finale. Take your legs back up, do the splits, wrap your left thigh over your right. I invented this pose. Slink your left ankle underneath your right ankle and bring your right foot down to the floor. It's my world famous hip flexor stretch. If you want, you can grab your elbows up over your head. If you can do this with your knees and ankles crossed, you're just a superstar. And if you can't, you're a star. This will relieve deep tension, deep holding, deep gripping in the body, which will just lead to a body that feels much better to live in. Good, now let's bring the knees in. Take leggings up. One more splitties. Banana splits. Good, now left thigh over right, very sewing machine, very articulated. Slink left ankle under. Bring right footy down to the floor. Of course, you could do this on a much larger block and you'd be really savagely impaled, but it's Wednesday yin. 30 seconds. Breathe from your belly, not your chest. We are calm, bendy souls. I'm so glad I invented this pose. It's Greg Riley original. Good, now bring your knees in, uncross your knees, put your feeties flat on the floor, still on the block. Now, we're just gonna finish up with an experiment. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna see how high we can lift our butt up off of the block. It's a good stretch, it's very safe, and it's a good exploration. So press down into your shoulder blades, hands and feet, and how high, how much space can you create between your buns and the block? Lift, lift, lift. For me, not very much, but it's what I got. A little higher. Now, keep your buns up, move the block out of the way, and come down to a 5 count. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Houston, the eagle has landed. Stretch your right leg out. Stretch your left leg out. Turn your palms up and relax into finishing perfectly timed Shavasana for 5 happy minutes. Of course, you can get out your blankets, cushions, pillows, comforters, etc. But now we're in. Good job tonight, you guys. Don't skip Shavasana. Relax. I'm gonna have to kind of lift my butt up a little, get any dents out of my hiney, jiggle my legs, move my shoulder blades around. Good, I had a big crease in my rear and oh, that's better. Now my bones can let go, eyes roll back. 5 minutes blissful, unbothered nothingness. Very good. Stay in the pose, maybe relax more. Why not? Just there's that guy's voice from a million miles away. Good. And here's a little ritual I like to do at the end of class if you'd like. Yogis call it Ishvara Pranidhana. But if through choice you'd like to invite the universe, God, love, source, higher power, universal mind, whatever you call it, if you'd like to invite that in, it's a good time when we're open, willing, receptive. Yoga means connection, connection between physical self, energetic self, mortal self, spiritual self. Good. If you prayed that prayer with me, wiggle your fingers and toes, circulate a fresh new batch of inspiration, guidance, love, and truth through yourself. Yoga is designed to heal. Good. When you're ready, curl onto your right side. Please take your time. There's no rush. And when you curl to the right side, love all over yourself. Take all the world's spiritual teaching books, teachers, distill them down to an essence, and of course, it's love. Love makes the world go around. Life is of no value without love. It's of infinite value with it. And then keeping our eyes closed to show what good students we are, we'll sit up with our eyes closed, it's a scientific term, but keeping the creamy filling on the inside. And your body fits better, your spine is tall, you've got a great seat. Can I say that? Yes, I can say that. We'll bring our hands into our heart, we'll drop our chin, we'll be holy, sacred, and reverent, calm and peaceful and grateful. And feeling that common bond that we all share, all together we say, Namaste. Well, I caught a cat during Shavasana. He landed right in my, so much for that. Anyway, YouTube viewership goes up. So thanks, YouTubers. Please like and subscribe. You've been doing pretty good with that, but please share this with friends because